never does that.
We got 3G now.
Thank you, Lord.
How many people?
Thank you. No, I tried that.
The human brain is about 3 times to 75%. The breakdown of the brain is complicated. But if you take it step by step, from the structural to the functional to the structures of the neuron, it kind of sheds some light on it. Right now, I'm going to tell you about the structural and functional organization of the brain and the neurons. Every different structure of the brain works together to function daily. That is the entire brain. I'll run down through the labels as I go to my speech.
Thank you, Lord.
The hindbrain has the medulla, the pons, and
My best friend does that all the time. I'd be like, Jesus,
cerebrum.
yes.
The medulla is used to carry out information that helps you sustain life, such as breathing, your heart rate, and your blood
I mean,
pressure,
it's true, but
and even
whenever I
sweat.
don't understand something or something, like, I'm Italian.
The pons is connected to the lower part of your brain. It transmits messages from the cortex to the cerebrum.
I don't know, never drove before.
The cerebrum is for your balance and your coordination. In order for my hand to go straight out instead of all over the place, I use my cerebrum to process. I also use my cerebrum in walking and writing. Notice how when you think, you don't think about writing in a straight line, you just write in a straight line. That's your cerebrum constantly working for you. The midbrain is the smallest region of the brain and it's acting as a relay. It constantly goes controlling the visual and the auditory information. The forebrain includes 4 major parts: the hypothalamus, the thalamus, the corpus callosum, and the cerebrum. The hypothalamus controls the motivational behavior, the eating. You're hungry, that's the hypothalamus, and when you're thirsty, that's the hypothalamus as well. It controls the pituitary gland, which is your hormones, and it also controls your body temperature. When you're hot, that's your hypothalamus. The thalamus diagnoses information such as auditory, so when you hear something, and your brain is processing what you're hearing a move from a cow or a thump from upstairs. It sends information to different lobes of the cortex. The corpus callosum allows you to connect your 2 hemispheres, the left and the right side of the brain. The left side of the brain controls your right side of your body, and the right side controls the left. So when you're thinking about kicking your left leg, you're using the right side of your brain to kick.
She's got to get it done in a couple minutes, so
The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Perception, imagination, judgment, decision making all comes from that part of your brain. When you're thinking about eating a hot dog or not, that's where it comes from. Sidney Scheimer says the brainstem is made up of the medulla, the pons, and the midbrain. It controls vital things like the heartbeat, breathing, and even the blood pressure. The functional organization is what we're going to talk about next. The functional organization of the brain consists of the sensory system, the motor system, and the limbic system. The sensory system has sensory receptors, and it has almost 6 senses. The visual, the auditory, the somatic, taste, and your smell. It processes your 5 senses of what you do every day. Your sensory system processes when you touch, when you taste, and when you see. Your motor system controls voluntary movement. This is my motor system. This is my motor system, moving constantly. It has 2 subsystems. Your upper brain and your lower brain. Your upper brain controls your face. That's my motor system. And then your lower brain, of course, controls your thighs and your legs and your feet. The limbic system is for emotion and memory. It's vital to storing the most recent memories. My most recent memory was someone texting my phone. That's my limbic system, taking it from my eyes and storing it so I can recall it. Natalia Rose says, storage of recently acquired information is the brain's most vital function. That's from what is the limbic system source? Now, let's discuss what makes the brain work. The actual neuron. There are over 100 billion neurons in your brain. They carry out messages all day, constantly. Even when you're asleep, your neurons are constantly working. Dendrites, axons, soma, and terminal buttons are some of the main components of a neuron. The dendrites are tree-like. They send electrical signals to the cell body to show you, for the cell body to realize that it's time to do something else. The soma is the cell body. It contains the nucleus, like most cells, and it is in charge of the don't fire mechanism. The don't fire mechanism tells you whether to do something or not, whether to, for the neuron, whether it should move or not for the receptions. The axon is surrounded by the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is kind of fatty. This little area here goes from the soma to the axon terminals, to the terminal buttons, which is where the synapse takes place, which is how you connect one idea to the next or one movement to the next. It passes information from the cell body to the neurons to the muscles and the glands, which tells this muscle to flex, this muscle to contract, and so on and so forth. The terminal button, which is the bottom, it's used in the reuptake. Basically, if you drop something, you pick it back up. That's the same process as the terminal buttons do. It forms junctions with other cell bodies. It connects with another cell body via dendrite in order to process another bit of information. Craig and Robin Boyd said, the brain is a soft mass of supportive tissues and neurons connected together to process thoughts and functions. That's from How the Brain Works. Now, let's summarize the brain's function and structural organization. Looking at the structural organization of the brain and its neurons breaks down its complexity. Our brains are always portrayed as those pink, slimy, gooey things that zombies tend to suck out with straws. But they're not that. They're central, vital organs that we need every day to breathe, to swallow, to look, to sneeze, even to shake my leg. My brain is doing that, not me at all. Thank you.
So